not going to UI and UX, but there are some things I'm really scared about. One thing is that I feel there are too many rules. There are too many rules to it. So I just feel that might not allow me express, because as a designer, I would like to. It's a kind of sound that I like to express myself. I like to doing things. I like to just be flexible around. So the rules, if it's too much, I just. Why I'm saying that is because I've looked at different um, um, UI jobs. I've looked at posts of some persons, and I've seen I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot, but I've seen a consistent pattern of doing things. So I want to, maybe I have the wrong perception though. So that's what I'm asking. So I want to know, if is there really any restriction? Is there any restriction to one's creativity while engaging in UI UX? Is there?
I think it just comes down to understanding like why some of those rules are in place. It could be an accessibility issue. It could be something related to just how that OS works, the operating system, whether it be iOS or Android, and understanding that they've tried and tested those specific UI patterns. So that's why they have to be used that way. But once I understand more of like why the rules are in place, then I can understand like, okay, within this set of rules, how can I express my personality in this? And I've always found there's a way to still add in my own personal touch to things and not feel so constrained of like, oh, like they do have a design pattern, I have to use a design pattern. But you could think about like, how can I enhance this design pattern? What type of components can I add to it to make it become more scalable, or maybe it's you're adding in additional colors to it. Like you find little moments of joy as you're creating.
So do you advise Instagram, or do you advise portfolio?
Portfolio.
You advise portfolio. Okay, so what are some of the assumptions that people have about UI UX designers that are not true?
I would say that UX designers only think about the users, so we're also thinking about business needs. And this comes down to like thinking about, okay, why was I hired to do this job here, right? It's really important to understand why the business values the work you do. So that takes on your part of understanding the future company initiatives. How is your work going to contribute to 3 years down the line, 5 years down the line, right? And is it going to hinder any like current initiatives that they have, or something that's new that's about to be added to the product, right? But they haven't had added it yet, because they're always thinking in advance. So I would say that's something that with UX designers, they think of like, oh, I'm just going to turn out this quick project, right? But you also need to consider like, how is what I'm doing really going to affect the business needs? Because if you can really demonstrate that that value to them, then like that will change your perspective of like how important UX designers have in the team.
So another thing I would like to ask is, how do you charge your projects? How do you charge?
There's two ways to go about this. You could either do it hourly, or you could do a flat fee. I always recommend going the flat fee route. So whatever that flat fee is, you'll tell them every service that you provide, even considering like going back and forth with emails or on Slack messages. All of that should be included within that like flat fee that you give them. And why I say this compared to hourly, like for hourly, they might say like, oh, how long will it take you to do this job, right? It might only take you 4 hours, right? But if it's something that might require a lot of back and forth in between, you want to charge for that. So you don't want to scale it down to like, oh, like it's 4 hours to do this, but you don't know how much communication time it will cost. So it's better to just put a flat fee, so that way, even if there's like heavy communication, you don't feel like, oh man, I should have charged them for this, it's just already included.
Okay, I like to end my live sessions like this. I like to um, ask a question, maybe like a game. It's just like a game. So I'm going to ask you now, just for fun game. If you were told to redesign the Netflix website, redesign the UI, what would be the first thing you would change
Mm-hmm.
about it?
Hmm. I think already it's working pretty well. They've taken out a lot of things I don't like. Like, for instance, features like autoplay. I've always not liked that, but they've added in features where you can stop stuff like that. What would I change? I, for personal preferences, when I open up the app, the feature image, the large card at the top, it's always a new show or something new. And I feel like that always overwhelms me as a user because I'm already have things on my list that I want to watch and I already have my currently watching list. So I would prefer it just be straight, whatever the last thing I was watching, be that feature card at the top. But that's just more of like my personal like, hey, here's this new you would love. But most of the time it just is added to my list and I probably won't ever watch it because I have like a bajillion shows in my list already that I need to get to. So
Wow, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. So is there any platform you have where you teach maybe other persons that want to learn?
yeah, I would say the number one place to go is my podcast, You Are Narrative. You can go to it on any podcasting platform like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, etc. And also on the website uinarrative.com if you want to look at transcripts while you're watching it. While you're listening to it. If you want to do like a one-on-one mentor session with me, I have that at uinarrative.com/work with me. And I also will be offering group coaching sessions in the future. So go ahead and send me a DM if you would love to sign up for that. And please, too, like I'm an open book. Like EKD, he knows, like you can reach out to me at any time and I'll answer questions that you have about UX. So send me a DM on Instagram and I'm happy to help you get started in this career.
It's been a nice time with you here. Thank you for being open to us, even letting us know how to charge and those kind of stuff. Thank you very much. So I'm going to close it now. So I really appreciate. So talk some other time.
Thank you, everybody.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Hi guys, my name is EKD. Welcome to my channel. From graphics design to motion graphics, from branding to logo designs, all I do is to simplify your design learning process. You can trust me on that. I provide awesome tutorials that will help you learn fast. All you have to do is to subscribe to this channel, like my videos and share. Welcome once again to this channel. Enjoy.